So that's the new TT, and then the next step is how do we fit into that? You know?
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all one thing that you might want to know. Don't mean to chime in. This might help you guys out to listen a little more. The new override pay plan is going to be discussed with each person on an individual basis when you get your job description and your coaching forms. Okay? Just know, though, that per district, there is now $1 on the table for overrides in each district. Yeah, that's going to change the way you look at this job now. And I'm only telling you this so that you understand what this man's about to tell you. It's probably worth about 6 figures this year alone.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sure. So how do we fit into the new TT? Well, first off, the most important thing is franchising. For example, McDonald's has little stickers all over all their stuff that all says, like, you're going to put the fries in this way, and then you're going to hold the fryer this way, and then you're going to move it to this fryer at this time, and then you're going to push this button at this time, and when you hear the blink, you're going to lift it up again, and you're going to put it into the other fryer, and then you're going to put the other button, and you're going to hear a blink, and then you're going to put it up and hang it down and let it dry, and then dump it in and put salt on it. And what we need to do collectively as a group of educated individuals trying to move this company forward is but help instill that system for all of our representatives. So that each rep, no matter who they are, they're prepping their produce the same way. They're setting up their booth the same way. They're using roll-top garbage cans. They're, they're making the same script choices. They are doing the same, whether it goes for one particular market or another. But they're doing everything in uniform, as a unit. It builds team unity, it builds team awareness. It means that even though you may not be in the field, you have a pretty darn good idea of what your representatives are doing in the field. And the reason why I say you don't have to develop it is because we're already doing that. We are already in the process of creating handbooks that will be like a standard handbook for trainers, like a teacher's guide, and then a dumbed down version for new agents that you can give them, and there's going to be the same information, but just a lot less of it. And then you can have the teacher's guide and be like, oh, but this is a good point, that's really going to help you out particularly. Handbooks for every single product. This is how you hold the knife. This is how you cut the tomato. This is how you do this. Videos of all of the demonstrations. And not only that, but then director's commentary videos. Videos where Rick or myself or one of you is commenting on the video as it's happening. And that's being dubbed and recorded on top of each other so that representatives can go on their smartphone, pull up our website, click on this store profile, and watch this demo happen with their earbud in, listening to one of you say, and when they're doing this, that's what they gather closely because they're not looking at them. You see how the representative does that? And they get to connect the audio thoughts with the visual connection. This is the type of material that's going to be out before Q2. This is the type of material that are going to be the tools that you are going to be able to use to bring your representatives to the next level, but more importantly, to uniform them as a team. See where I'm getting at? And the new TT, I mean, what this means is we fit in because this is empowering us. $1 worth of overrides is huge. And it's amazing that we've been given that opportunity. And the real key here to remember is that we are now empowered. Sometimes when I'm training, I feel like, oh, I have to make this training work, or I have to make this happen, or, I'm not doing my job if this training doesn't work. And it's not going to be like that anymore, because as you're going to see with what Mr. Coffey has to say and what I have to say in the next 2 days, recruitment and ads and all of that is going to happen so much more streamlining that if you get a training and you're not 100% that you can put your brand on them and say, yeah, that's Tommy Hayden's trainee.
Right.
Yeah, that's Stacy Smith's trainee right there. If you can't say that, you get to send them home and let them go find another job that they might actually be good at. We don't want to waste our time with people that aren't going to be able to do this job. Because the way that Mr. Jude is setting this up is Mr. Jude is setting this up to be a 6-figure position for the average rep. The average rep should be making 6 figures and all the management should be making $250,000. by the time Mr. Jude's done with this scene. So that being said, just remember that the empowerment is what's important here. Each and every person in the room is empowered to make these judgment calls, make these decisions, to use all the experience and talent that you have or have accumulated over time to come to and start making choices on that, and important decisions on that drives you and your business. Now, that being said, a lot of people are only in their market. Like Kurt, as of before last night, all you knew was Phoenix, right? And your trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Some of us in the New York market, we like to believe that nothing exists besides New York.
There's
Okay.
there's other places?
Right? Good job.
There's New Jersey.
Nobody lives
there.
So, we see this on the everyday. On the everyday, Dustin Karat sees his 8 reps in Philly that have been there since day one, him and Jackie, and that's what he sees. But how do I make the thing go? Yeah. But even though Dustin only saw that, this is what's actually happening on the whole thing. And this is what Chad and Rick and myself want you to think about when you, Judy, only have this to look after. Where you, Dustin, only have that to look after. Where you, Natalie, only have this to look after. Bear in mind that even though this is Natalie, and that's Dustin, and this is Judy, that's only part of this whole big thing that matters so much more, because what does it do? It makes the full picture. It makes the full picture. So without every single puzzle piece in the room, you don't get the full picture. But you have to be aware that even though you're only focused on your one puzzle piece, the whole picture is still there. And that's what's most important. And that's where the new TT is going. Because at the end of the day, Chad's right. The people that are sitting here are the people who have precedence, the people who have, seniority at this point. Like, the leaders of what is right now just a few areas in the country, but soon will be every major city in the country: France, Spain, Puerto Rico, 19 different countries. We have an awesome CEO, awesome VP, unlimited resources. We're sitting on oil. That's what we're doing. And if we all just look at this whole thing and be mindful of that, it'll be really clear just how much oil we're sitting on. Tell Chad, there's a lot of oil. So just to give you an idea of how much oil there is.
I like oil.
If you have a team of 10 reps producing 100 per week, your overrides are going to be $52,000 annually with the new dollar override. Okay. The way I kind of broke it down is just on a weekly basis. Some people are focused on this, $500, like, oh wow, some of the other companies I've worked for, they didn't pay me anything to train. You're going to pay me $500 a week to train? This is yay, Christmas, yay, oh my goodness. Okay, but at the end of the day, if you think about it, $500 a week for training, but 10 reps producing 100 each.
Only 100?
Only 100. If you got 10 reps producing 100 each per week, you've got 1,000 per week on just the overrides now. So the new TT is going in the direction of overrides. Overrides is what you want. Overrides is what you're going to be held accountable for. And the more we retain and the bigger the company grows, the larger overrides will be. So in this example, you have 10 reps producing 100 a week, but what if New York gets 20 reps producing 100 a week? This now goes to $104,000 in annual overrides before anyone in this room even puts up a show. What if you're a regional, Dustin, over Philly and Maryland and Virginia, and you've got 30 reps rolling around in that circle as the regional manager for that place? Now, what are you getting paid out in the overrides? $156,000 in overrides per year.
I'll take it.
Before you even step on the box, before you even training, just because you got people running around doing it for you, it's 156,000 just in the overrides. Before you even got out of bed that morning. Leo, we're gonna get there. Just give me 1 second. So the more we retain, the bigger the company grows. The bigger the company grows, the more money there is on the table for the people who have the seniority and who are in the room right now. That's the basic message.